So I had a great 2 days attending the show at the Circuit of the Americas. It was the Fully Charged Live North America show, and there was so much to see, and I got to meet a bunch of cool people and shake hands with all sorts. I got to see a whole bunch of YouTubers that I really like following, and I think that they bring a huge amount of sort of cool information. The panel discussions that I got to see were actually really interesting. It was a packed show with lots of great discussions. It'll all be online, and you can go see some of them. The one that really kind of stuck in my mind that I wasn't expecting to was the one about diversity in EVs. And initially, because I'm an idiot, I thought that it meant like different types of cars, but it was actually about how different socioeconomic groups, how people who feel marginalized, and how it is all too easy for EVs to be perceived or to be marketed or to be infrastructured towards people who have lots of wealth and honestly don't need the help. And I think a good example of that was our local utility company offering a $700 rebate for a home charger if you got it installed. But the only people who can get home chargers installed are people who have houses. And so if you're a renter, if you're someone who has on-street parking or is in a building that doesn't allow it, then you can't take advantage of that. And then it just adds to this frustration that you see $700 of what is arguably collective money being given to people who already have a home. And so I really appreciate it. It kind of it made me, it opened my eyes a little bit to some things. So that was really good. There was lots of cool cars on show: the Porsche Taycan, the Livewire electric, Harley Davidson's electric bike. I got to sit on that and rev it. And it was really good. It was really good. So I made it to Texas, all the way here from sunny Vancouver. And man, that was a trip. That was an amazing trip. So now I'm going to head on over to Los Angeles. Thank you so much for coming along. Thanks to Ethan and his mum, Kim, for rescuing me and feeding me yesterday evening. I was wandering, trying to walk to a restaurant in North Austin, and that wasn't going to work, and I was super tired, and I knew I shouldn't drive my car, so they gave me a lift and took me out and gave me food. So thank you guys. Yeah, no, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. I got nothing more to add. So last night I was stretch goal trying to get to Santa Monica from West Texas, and that was never going to happen. So then the revised goal became Palm Springs, and that was tracking okay, but as I was maybe an hour out from Palm Springs, and I'd picked a hotel and I was going to weave in through it. I realized I just couldn't keep going any longer, and I had to get off. So another Tesla driver had suggested just sleeping in the car with camp mode on, which I hadn't tried and I hadn't really considered, but that's totally what I ended up doing. So I got myself so that there's a rest stop that's outside of Palm Springs. I still had about 30% battery at that point, and camp mode will run until you get 20% battery, and then it will shut off. And so 20% battery could have stranded me if I picked a rest area that was further away, but I picked a rest area that was close to this supercharger, Indio, on the outskirts of Palm Springs. And then there's a rest stop that's only about a 5% battery worth down the road. So I slept there, kept the camp mode on. I made a rough little sleep space. It wasn't the most comfortable sleep, but I got maybe actually 4 or 5 hours. So all right then, we are getting on the freeway to go to Los Angeles, and I'm heading to Santa Monica. Hopefully arrive there about lunchtime, and I think I'm gonna go for a fancy hotel. We'll see. So mainly because of the contrast from sleeping in my car last night. That was not particularly planned, but I don't know, I got kind of mixed thoughts about it. On the one hand, it was the right thing to do. I was too tired. I really overstretched myself, and that was a mistake, and so to just bail and sleep in a parking lot is the right thing to do. It was cheap, costing $0. The camp mode worked great. The thing I did like about it was that you wake up and you go. And so there's no kind of bags in and out, checking desk, all of that business. You're already where you need to be. Obviously not super comfortable, but actually there's quite a bit of room back there when you put the seats down. And of course, when you're super exhausted, it really doesn't matter that much. You just need to close your eyes and sleep. And then I got kind of 4 or 5 hours sleep out of it. It's crazy how much traffic it's able to visualize with a set of, I don't know how high quality they are, but web cameras, really, fisheye cameras. Okay, Santa Monica Pier, underpass, take 2. The big problem with the underpass is you go from bright sunshine to pitch blackness in a matter of seconds, and then you can't see anything. Well, Texas to Santa Monica in, I guess 2 days. So standing here, I've gone from freezing cold of Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, to the baking heat of Texas, to the cool sea breeze on the West Coast. Electric long trip road trips are not impossible. They take a bit of work, but they're very doable. And what a great country to explore in a quiet self-driving car that it keeps its eyes on the road, so you can too, and together you can go phenomenal distances. So it's a beautiful sunset here in Santa Monica, and I haven't seen any of it because I'm holed up editing video for you. You're welcome.
You say you're going north?
Yeah. Back to Vancouver.
Vancouver. So
I've done a huge I've done a huge road trip. I've come from Vancouver to Austin, Texas, and then all the way from Austin, Texas across to Los Angeles. And now I'm going to go back again. And I did the Vancouver to LA, Vancouver to Austin. How many days do you think?
That's a long miles.
It's a long way, isn't it?
Especially on these, you need to charge them.
Uh-huh. So how many days?
3.
3.5. It's all right. Because you eat food whilst you charge.
Yeah.
You were going to
That's
do
your lunch.
You're going to do that anyway, right?
That's true.
All right, I'm heading up the coast, my friend.
It was nice having you.
It was a pleasure. You guys really made my visit.
Have a nice one.
See ya.
Hope to see you soon.
I can't afford to come back. That was awesome. Place has got a fountain. Trying to nail someone on a bird scooter. So my goal for today is to just amble up the coast, to kind of stick fairly close to the coast, to just kind of visit superchargers as and when, because there's quite a lot of them, and to generally just take it easy. Highway 1 out of Los Angeles towards San Jose. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I'm on full manual, no assists. It's just me driving a car. Yeah. Heading northwest on the 101, just left Ventura, well, Oxnard to be precise. Grabbed some stuff from the coffee shop. I ate my food whilst it was charging, and then I got my drinks to drink as we head on up. The view is spectacular. The Pacific Ocean, and there's so many superchargers on the west coast. There's so many destination charges. It's not even slightly a problem. It's not even worth talking about. You just drive wherever you want to drive. They are so frequent that as long as you've got, I don't know, 100 miles left in the tank or 50 miles left in the tank, you're not going to get stuck anywhere. Cut to video of me getting stuck somewhere? No, I don't think so. So we're in the Santa Luis supercharger, just north of Santa Maria, and this supercharger, you may recognize it from the videos where it was completely kind of hammered and there was huge queues for the charging station, and it was kind of one of those ones where they were like, oh look, it doesn't work, it gets oversubscribed. But as you can see today, it is A, completely empty, and B, has a bunch of coming soon stalls as Tesla increases their network to meet demand, because they know what the demand is. They have all the data. They're not just producing vehicles and then hoping that somebody takes care of their users' needs. And that's not how that works. So here's a tracking shot of no queues for this supercharger. There's no event on. Apparently it was the Pebble Beach race, and then some other supercharger closed, and so it did indeed cause a huge pinch on this particular station. But that isn't the everyday use of it. These are just kind of one-off events. And yeah, so I am juicing up now so that I can get to the coast road from Morro Bay to all the way to Monterey.